We don't have a lot of time today because we have hundreds of bundles to ship, but I want to share a couple of Cyber Monday deals that are probably only good for today. First up, I'll plug our own deal. Go to sdp.io/gifts, and you'll see we have several different bundles, including a new bundle, the Stunner Gift Bundle. These will include stunning digital photography, except for the Stunner Gift Bundle, because this is for people who already have stunning digital photography. But go ahead and head there and check them out. You can see we have price points from $25 all the way up to $100, depending on how much you love that photographer. Up next, I'll give the Adobe deal another plug. Go to sdp.io/Adobe deal. And this is a pretty crazy deal on both Photoshop and Lightroom, just $10 a month. That's like $700-800 worth of software. So that's a really good deal. And every photographer needs both those things. If you're looking for a good tripod, go to sdp.io/tripod deal. I just set up these shortcuts so they're easy for you to type. And B&H is selling this Manfrotto tripod with a pistol grip head. And I use this exact combination and I really like it. So it's $60 off of $270, but it's not often that you find the Manfrotto tripods on sale, so I thought I'd mention it. If you're looking for a portable camera to complement your existing camera, or if you want to help somebody get into photography and you want a good beginner camera, I have a couple of different offers. Go to sdp.io/G15 deal for a great deal at Amazon on the G15. This is going to disappear real soon, so hurry up and get there. $300. The camera's normally $500. This camera shoots RAW and is basically an SLR with a built-in lens. It's quite portable, and it creates excellent pictures for something so portable. If you're more in the Nikon camp, this camera is almost exactly the same, but go to sdp.io/P520 deal. This is the Nikon version of that camera, and you can see it's about the same price. They're both great cameras. The Nikon's a little bigger, a little less portable, and it has this articulating display, but they both take fantastic shots. If your computer's seeming a little slow as you're processing those pictures, I found a good deal on an SD drive. That's a solid state SSD drive. Go to sdp.io/drive deal. This one's also at Amazon. A 240 gig SSD for $150. That's really cheap. What I do is I took my existing old magnetic drive and I made it my secondary drive, and then I set up the solid state drive as my system drive. You could also just plug the SSD drive in and put your Lightroom catalog on there, and it would make everything so much faster. You have to know a little bit about connecting stuff inside your computer. If you don't know how to connect a drive into your computer, this probably isn't a good choice for you. But if you're a nerd like me, do check it out. One last deal on an SD card. Go to sdp.io/SD deal. And Amazon is selling a 32 gig SD card for $25. Normally $80. Buy a bunch of those and keep them in your bag. Spread them out. Put some in your car in case you ever run out of memory. You'll have one extra. The 32 gig deal here is definitely a fantastic offer, and it's a pretty fast card too. It's great for sports and such. Now let's go into the reader review with Chelsea. Great picture of a runner, though, you know what? It's not quite sharp, is it? The settings all look good. 1/400th of a second.
This guy's really fast, Tony.
You think it's motion blur, though? It doesn't quite look like motion blur to me.
I think it's just heavily cropped.
Oh, you think, yeah, the lens just isn't that sharp?
Yeah, because no part is sharp. It just looks like the lens. But
Yeah,
how many millimeters?
It's at 195 millimeters on the 75-300, which is only a moderately sharp lens. It's a good sharp lens, but it's not professional sharp. Yeah, or it could be a little back focus. I'm not sure. But great moment. I love the action to it. You know, one element of storytelling that I wish was there is it's nice to see the ground directly beneath them to get an idea of the height, or maybe some perspective. Like it'd be nice if you're a little closer to the ground. Maybe didn't get that option, but I have no idea how high up in the air he is. It's a little something for scale. All right, a statue picture, nice in gold. See, we have perfect highlights here.
Gilded angel. Well, I like the composition. And I like the blue and gold color combination. Looks really nice. I will say statues are hard because even though the picture, if that were a person, the picture would have movement, but we just know it's still.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's pretty.
Can't think of much else to say. No.
Him again.
I think those were taken by the same guy, like same settings, same lens and everything.
Oh, they like running things. Stephen Robson. Spot color.
Spot color.
I'm sorry, Stephen. I get crazy about spot color.
Well,
I like the symmetry in this picture.
I actually understand why he used spot color here, because there's so much going on in the background and he wanted this to be the focal point, that and the composition. And I think just black and white, I think we just wouldn't even spot that thing in the middle. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's interesting. I like the symmetry. I like the stairs going up the middle, and that sculpture is pretty symmetrical.
You know what I'm just realizing? This is a night photo. You can see the lights are on. And
oh yeah, you can see little people.
The shutter speed's at 1/3 of a second at ISO 400. So
cool, Steve. Flowers. Vladimir. He's our friend. I love the colors. They're so rich. The fuchsia against the deep green.
yeah, and this is not a traditional flower picture. It looks sad. Don't you think?
It is.
It's a
There's
tale
something
of
very
death
sad. Yeah,
or
like
darkness.
this weak flower just collapsed under the weight of the rain.
Yeah, I
I
want
think
to
it's
do
a
something
pansy.
with the composition. No, don't go trying to identify flowers.
Why?
Because we'll probably get it wrong, and then everybody will correct us.
How could they possibly know? It's all folded up.
That's true.
Cool. I like the dewdrops.
Yeah, I was wondering whether I should play with the greens at all to try to brighten them up, or there's a real
It
steep
complicates
difference
the
in
composition.
the dynamic range.
Yeah.
I think this little pink bump here is the flower, and these greens are the background. So you can see that somehow the flower is like 4 stops brighter than the background. I guess it makes it pop. I like that picture.
Makes it pop.
I just want to say you could probably get away with a little bit of slower shutter speed unless it was windy. It's a pretty high ISO. So, Chicago? I hate guessing cities. I'm terrible.
Why do we do this?
I will say one of the conundrums with the skylines of the cityscapes is that you want to capture all of it because that's the way your eye sees it, but your eye just kind of sees like this very cropped down version. Like your brain automatically crops it, and then you look at the picture and you just see way too much. So I propose one of 2 different approaches. Either shoot a panorama and shoot a perspective like this and plan to use the picture like this, or what I'll often do is just go telephoto. It seems weird to go telephoto for a landscape, but just get right in there, follow the rule of thirds, and just crop it down so that the frame is filled with more interesting detail. You don't need to capture the entire skyline. Just find your favorite part of it. Take one of these buildings and put it on align it with the rule of thirds or something. Find some striking smaller part of it so that you can better fill the frame. It can be kind of frustrating to see a picture where, if you look at the original picture, such a small part of this is filled with anything interesting. It's really just this little part, and then the rest of this is just kind of blues. What do you think?
I agree with both things you said. I also like the picture. It's just interesting. It looks like a strip of land just floating because the water and the sky are the same color, similar gradients.
Yeah, and this is actually a night shot too, and I didn't immediately recognize. I thought this was like a sunrise, but it does seem to be illuminated.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you know what? It might just be sunrise because he's at 15 seconds, but he's at f/22 and ISO 100. So he could have just been deliberately doing a long shutter speed.
Yeah, the lighting is beautiful. Nice golden lighting on the buildings.
But you can see these lights, and they're reflected in the sky. So yeah, maybe it was at dusk or just after dusk. This could even be moonlight illuminating it. Interesting shot. Great time of day. All right, some street photography from Andy Noonan.
Yeah, we saw his stuff last time too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got one of my favorite cameras, that D800E. Great camera. And a great shot. I love her expression. Genuine, nice, tight composition, perfect exposure, nice bright skin here.
Yeah,
Whites aren't blown out.
Nice picture.
Dark shadows aren't lost. I can't think of anything to suggest about it. I like it.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah, though I feel it's a little small. I also have to kind of move in to see some of the detail because it's just so dark. You can see there's not anything in the right half of the frame.
Dark too. Let's bump it up
it's
a
a little
bit.
underexposed.
Oh, okay. Now we see what's going on.
I think, in my opinion, even if you're going for a dark mood, you need some part of the picture to be nice and bright and to be in this right third of the histogram. So a low-key shot will have something bright still, but most of the histogram will be down here. I think it's a mistake to make the whole thing dark and gray. Then it doesn't look deliberate, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it looks underexposed.
You can still leave it mostly dark, but put something bright in there.
I also want to add that I think the watermark is just a bit big. It's the first thing that I noticed. It distracts from the picture because even if I try to just focus on something else in the picture, I see the watermark in the corner of my eye.
That's really distracting. Why would you grab from there? Sorry, Dennis. We just wanted to be able to look at your picture without having those elements there.
That was stressing me out.
Steal it.
That was stressing me out.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks a lot better now.
Yeah, I like the shot a lot. I just wanted to see it a little brighter. I was kind of squinting at it before. Great shot. That might be spot color too, actually. It looks like just the foreground has color.
That's cool.
Whoa.
I like it.
Yeah, this is taking one of these Sony cameras, an SLT. Very interesting textures. I think leaves are actually a good study in composition because he very carefully aligned the angles of the lines here to make it an interesting shot, something other than just a leaf. And he filled the frame with it. Go ahead and let it fall off the edges and got really, really close. I think that's what makes it interesting, the fact that you can see all this detail. You're kind of drawn in by the biology of it all.
It's beautiful. I would love to see this in a series, like a leaf up close and a petal up close.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or he cropped it to square. That works really good in prints.
Cool.
You could do a series of prints all in square.
Great series of prints. Cool.
Sleeping dog.
Paul Crane, you get us. Dogs and windows are two favorite things.
Chelsea loves her windows. What do you think? I'm trying to think of something to suggest here. Maybe I kind of like the way the shadows are going in here. Okay, black and white, beautiful. I was thinking maybe crouching down and getting a little closer to the dog. I would suspect it would not disturb the dog whatsoever.
I love that.
Bring that orange up a little.
This is why I like black and white, because there's so many great textures and lines in the picture.
Yeah, you're right.
It kind of takes away from the dog. I guess it depends what you want the subject of the picture to be, because now I see mostly the window. But I think that's really beautiful, the window and the texture of the wall and the stonework.
I'm still debating the composition. You can see he's not quite perpendicular to this wall. And so it's kind of going off the edge here, and these bricks are leading your eye over here where there's nothing, because they're kind of converging because they're getting farther away. Do you think you should have tilted the camera a little to the left so that this was perfectly square and perpendicular?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard with those types of corrections because you just never know until you see it. And you also don't know what he's working around. Like, there could have been a horrible woman or...
a horrible woman.
Yeah, or something like...
just like right here.
Yeah, just a really...
just being a horrible...
Just horrible, ugly woman doing something you don't even want to know about.
Well, I'm okay with it either way. I will just say be deliberate. Sometimes it can be a little off-putting when something is almost square but not quite.
Oh, he took it with his iPhone.
Ah, yeah. So I like to be either deliberately off-angle or perfectly square. I just find those to be more comfortable generally.
You are a square, Tony. Oh.
Wow. Oh, that's some detail. That's really cool. I love the bright colors here. I love the processing on this too. Cool exposure.
It is a cool picture, but it also scares me. Like I'm being thrown into that. And look at his scary little mouth.
I imagine they took a bunch of pictures
monster.
and this one won because this guy's like making eye contact. This is clearly the focal point. Your eye goes right here. And the rest of it is just kind of setting the background, but I love it.
I'd like to Photoshop some teeth in.
No.
Braces.
We're not going to put dentures in this fish. They take over the world. You're crazy.
Oh, this is a cool one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I wish
this
there
is
were
really nice.
two babies holding hands at the end. Because the leading line is
like a Hallmark card.
Yeah, like when they dress up babies in ridiculous clothes, like two toddlers holding hands with top hats on.
Well, I think it's a beautiful picture. Classic rule of thirds composition here.
I like the reflections.
And I like that you can see the sky more in the reflection than in the actual sky up there. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't mind at all seeing a llama there.
A llama. You know, it would be good if it's like this beautiful, peaceful scene and then your eye gets to the end of the road and it's like someone with a knife. That would be different.
Yeah, it'd just be like an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah,
it'd be like,
oh, that's so nice. No!
Like an M. Night Shyamalan picture. It's got like a twist at the end.
Yeah.
All right, very pretty scene here. We have a log that seems to be axe split and this one little red vine that's kind of coming out of the death.
That was very deep. That was dark.
This picture is deep, but it's properly exposed. I don't know why you're calling it dark.
Okay. Should we crop it?
How would you crop it?
I don't know.
Just to focus the attention more on that vine.
Maybe. I like the line of the vine.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work and preserve and kind of accentuate.
What if you cropped it way down so it was just going diagonal from corner to corner of the vine?
Kind of like that? Oh, more? Just diagonal.
No, I was wrong. Because it's not in focus there. It's in focus in the other part of the picture.
Oh, yeah. But I still think it's an interesting idea to ponder. Anytime you have a natural line in the picture like this, your job is to find the way to position the camera by rotating your camera, tilting it left, right, up, down, moving closer and zooming in, or moving back and zooming out. All these different things you can use to control the line and what it looks like. So your job is just to make the line interesting. You know, you found an interesting subject and just find the perfect way, the most appealing way to create a line out of it. Beautiful reflection, nice, still water, gorgeous
We've
bridge.
seen this before.
This particular picture or
I think
this bridge?
so, this exact picture.
I don't recognize it. But such a powerful line. I love the geometry here. He's got natural framing in here. I just really love this shot.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
Yeah, the color is perfect. 121 seconds. That is a long exposure. He shot at f/22 to get everything nice and in focus, though. I bet he didn't need to at 14 millimeters. Probably could have used a higher f-stop and still gotten everything in focus. But it looks fantastic, and I can't complain because the shot's just gorgeous.
It's cool.
Well, thanks for going out that night and waiting 2 minutes. The shot turned out great. I have no criticisms for it. I love this framing here and the perfect symmetry. Gorgeous shot. Oh, I saw this one on the forum. Or did we see this last week?
We saw it last week.
Oh, okay. Well, let's move on.
Oh no,
I didn't see
babies
him
eating
on the
blankets. It's an epidemic.
They're taking over the world.
Fool guy's cute.
He's staring right at me like I'm next.
Let's bring up the shadow so I could see his cute little eyeballs.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe. Soon. That's cute. I like the gritty background, like he's a city baby.
I love the exposure on it. That is really close, but What a cute baby. No signs of food on his face,
I
which is
know.
remarkable.
What an amazing baby.
This guy bugs me a little bit. I wouldn't hesitate just to grab it away. Though it's one of those things where here's what you do. You take the picture because he has this fantastic expression, and you get a couple shots. Then you grab this toy, move it out of the way, and try again. Because you don't know. You could grab that toy and this baby starts screaming, and the moment's lost. So you get your safety shot, and then see if you can arrange things a little bit.
Hi, cowboy.
Wow, a Canada goose. What a gorgeous shot. Beautiful light, too. Sun's kind of low to the sky off of his left shoulder. And beautiful line with the wing there. Gosh, you're really close. That's 140 millimeters. That thing must have flown right past your head. Great shot. Normally I'd complain that the bird is going away, but I just love this line so much, and the light is so beautiful. And I think if he were coming towards you, you wouldn't get that same line. So nicely done. Got anything
Nicely
to
done.
contribute?
I'm being distracted because the dogs are demanding that I pet them.
That's Cowboy. He's pretty famous.
They're asking us to go downstairs. In a minute. All right.
What a beautiful shot.
That looks cold.
But right away, I want the ice here to be white. And you always, anytime you have ice and snow, you have to add stops using exposure compensation. So I'm going to bring this
Show
up to
us,
white.
Tony.
It's better to do it in camera. I'm going to have to bring the blacks down a little, add some contrast in.
Hey, I like what you did there.
Yeah, black and white, you really got to use that whole histogram because there's no color to distract you. You need some spots that are nice and white, but especially ice and snow is supposed to be white. Other than that, I almost want to see a smaller part of this picture. Like these trees back here are interesting. Maybe the line of the water. Maybe there's just needs to be isolated. Just might be a little too much in the picture.
I don't know. I don't have all of the answers.
All right, we got some light painting.
I feel like this is a message to me. I like it.
Could be to me. I will say that it looks like the light's a little out of focus, and that's really hard because you can't. Focusing at night is hard, but especially when you're focusing on something imaginary. So what you can do is you're kind of drawing in a two-dimensional plane here. Just have somebody stand right where they're going to be drawing.
Put the light on them. Focus on the part that's lit up, and then it will be in focus.
Yeah, and then have them step back and draw where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So but chapter 10 in Stunning Digital Photography has tons of tips on how to focus at night and how to do light painting like that.
Tons of tips. Whoa.
Tips. Coney Island, you think?
Tony.
I know, enough with the location guessing.
This isn't Coney Island. It looks like people are happy.
I know a happy person in Coney Island.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
I feel like I just want to fill the frame a little bit more with the most compelling subjects, don't you think?
Yeah.
Maybe try to work the rule of thirds in here.
You work it.
I
think you cropped out maybe the prettier part of the picture. Like maybe the sky is more beautiful.
Yeah, the sky is pretty beautiful. We're kind of faced with the same conundrum we had in the first cityscape that I reviewed, where you have this beautiful scene, but it's all horizontal. And then you have a bunch of stuff down here which isn't really compelling. So you have a couple of options, and one is to zoom in on a smaller part of it, and one is to shoot wide like that, but then crop it down into a panorama. I don't see enough panoramas. I'd really like to see more. I'm going to go ahead and do this, even though Chelsea objected, just to comply with the rule of thirds. So those are your options. Go panorama or zoom in and fill the frame. But you know what? Take all three shots. Take the wide shot, crop it down to a panorama, and then zoom in and kind of isolate your subject. And then later you can pick the one you like best.
I agree. Ooh, I like this picture. Very moody.
Yeah, she's serious.
She just saw the new Hunger Games movie.
Wow, nice and sharp shot. Tons of detail in the eye.
Yeah, I love the lighting in this picture.
Yeah, I do too.
And the processing is nice too.
Yeah, the first thing I was wondering about were these bright corners. I assumed they look better than the option because I know Tony tried a couple of different things before
I think
settling
it's
on
Tommy.
that. Tommy? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I know that. I just misread it. I projected.
Nice Tommy.
Yeah, I can't think of anything to suggest. Cropping into the hairline. That's a good thing to do.
Aww.
Oh, did we see this one before too?
Dogs. No.
Just a similar dog.
Yeah.
I just want to see a little detail on his nose. He's a super cute dog. You know, we have a soft spot for dogs. You're never going to get a bad review on a dog picture.
You might.
Yeah, if you're kicking the dog or something.
Yeah. No dog kicking.
And they put it in black and white. They're just pandering at this point.
Yeah, they are. I'm on to you.
Oh, we love your black and
If
white
they had
dog
candy
figure.
in the picture, I'd know exactly what was up. Well, this is gorgeous.
This looks like the castle at Prague.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? I remember
No.
they had art just very much
All
like
castles
that.
look the same because they're always on a hill, right?
Yeah.
You want to be in higher ground, and they're all made of rock. I've yet to see one with vinyl siding, so it's pretty hard to tell.
One gripe I have is that so much of this foreground here is just completely black.
Yeah, but I kind of like that too, because then you have this archway. It's interesting. It's different.
You don't think it got better with the shadows up a little bit?
I like the sky up like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could go both ways, Tone, but I kind of liked it dark too. It made some interesting shapes. I was interested in them.
Better here, better here.
I don't know.
I like it with the shadows up a little bit, especially with the sky. I do wish something were down here if we'd found a focal point.
Oh, a llama.
Like a llama. And you could get more detail in the sky by raising the shadows. Sometimes you just have to do that, especially when there's artificial light. But you can also shoot closer to dusk.
That's a really beautiful picture.
But yeah, it is a great picture. Sorry, Cowboy just messed up Chelsea's mic.
He just almost pulled it off the table. Typical cowboy behavior.
Seems...
Let's move on. This is great.
Okay, just trying to fix that color a little bit. It's so hard with artificial light. Did I skip a picture? No.
What the heck? Is this a message in a bottle?
Interesting story.
A guy's fishing. And
What? Are these like little clams or something?
Barnacle.
Little barnacles stuck
Monsters.
to the side of a bottle.
I think there's a message in it. And this guy is fishing, but also, is he sticking out his middle finger?
I don't know. Well, they found
picture's
something interesting
cool.
to put in the foreground. It is striking. I'm not sure what the story it's telling is, though.
I think I don't know. It's a good one, though. I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It definitely makes me study it for a minute. I'm not sure what's going on, though. I guess it's just a dude fishing and there's a bottle there.
Yeah, we might never know. Ooh, this is spooky. Let's bring those shadows up.
You read my mind. Oh, I love the way once you brought up the shadows, I love the way the waves just kind of form this fog over the rocks. That is so cool.
It's
very
scary.
long exposure. Must be at least a minute or two. Yeah, really compelling shot. A great spot for a night photo. Assume it's a night photo. Sure looks like it. This is obviously Paris.
I've been to Paris and this is it.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to straighten it out because we got these powerful vertical lines from the buildings, and that requires you to level it. Nice long exposure. I've always wanted to do night photography in Vegas. I've been to Vegas a dozen times, but I wasn't into night photography yet the last time I went, so I haven't really had the chance, but it seems like such a fantastic subject. Cars coming towards you make these white lights. They make these red lights when they're going away from the brake lights. Really compelling shot. I like it a lot. Got a little lens flare going on here that I don't feel is adding to the picture, so you might want to just clone these out. Anything you'd add there, Chelsea?
No, I was just thinking about it. I don't have any obvious advice here.
No, I think he nailed it. It's nice and sharp. The exposure is good. I don't see a whole lot of noise in there. It's a really challenging shot with this bright exposure, but I feel like he nailed it.
Nice framing, David.
Yeah, you're right.
Bring down the highlights just a smidgen.
It is a little hot, isn't it?
It's going to bring out the sky.
Yeah.
See what I did there? I don't have any other criticism. I like this picture.
Yeah, I like it too. It's nice.
Birds.
No, go back. All right.
These are grackles.
Grackles on a feeder. I love the iridescence, and this hard sunlight really brings it out. You see them on a cloudy day, and they just look black like a raven.
I love the one in the background that's dancing.
Yeah, he's really cute. Yeah, that's a cute shot. There's a little story here. Just, do they call them murders or flock of grackles?
Probably flocks, because they're not crows.
They're almost crows.
They're not. This picture's cool. Are you going to level it? Is it level?
I think you're right. It's a little clockwise. Got this spire in here that really needs to be level. So, especially with symmetry, it's important to be completely precise. So we'll level it up, but otherwise, it's nice and square.
I like it.
Yeah, and I love the moodiness of the photo.
It has a good feel to it. I don't mind all the spots and things because it's grainy and it looks like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's funny because I went in and almost fixed it out of reflex. I thought, no, it makes it look aged, and that's what it's going for, and it's consistent with the building. So yeah, it works there.
Raise the shadows.
All right.
His eyeball. Oh, it's not really raising his eyeball.
But I do think it's helping.
Last time you did this, it was...
I just quickly overdid it, but I will just give him... I wish I wouldn't put that dot over it. I can't see what I'm doing. So, better here or better here?
I like the second one. Very
it's
nice.
a beautiful shot. I love the way he's perched on a little gargoyle there.
On another bird. Kind of rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful shot.
Are you upset by the
rule of space
balance between... Oh, yeah, there are a couple of things. Yeah, he's closer to the right side and he's facing to the right. Traditionally, you'd move him over here so he had more free space in front of him. But also I'm bugged by the balance a little bit. Like he's got this much space below his tail and this much space above his head.
I hadn't thought of that, but maybe if you fix it, I'll be on your side.
All right, we'll get rid of that border while we're
My mic's doing things. I know the sound is probably not great. I don't want to hear about it, guys.
Yeah, I forgot to wear headphones again. Oh, the whole purpose of doing this.
There you go. Okay.
It's a little close.
Well, that's that.
Okay.
Thank you.
For your
We
consideration.
saw this one last time. I don't know how it got in there, but it did. This is a sassy little duck. I thought it was a mandarin duck.
Oh, you're right. It's a mandarin duck. My bad.
You're bad. I like the reflections.
Yeah, and such a beautiful duck. And I love, the water was just so perfect. I love the droplets on his head. Just gorgeous. I'll say with these mandarins in particular, they're very shy and they always move away from you. We do want them in either a perfect profile or coming a little bit towards us, and he's going a little bit away. And that all you can do is hang out. Just like crouch down, try to be small and not be especially visible, and then just wait, and maybe they come back towards you so you can get a better angle on them. But when you go and approach them, the first thing they do is leave.
I don't know, but it looks painful.
I was confused by the story here because he's facing this way, and so I imagined the ball would have been thrown off in this direction at first, but this ball seems to be up here and like traveling towards him. It looks like it's about to hit him in the head.
Yeah, but no,
But I know he was just mid-spin and
shot put.
Yeah, what a great expression that you caught. Great moment. You froze the action perfectly. Great exposure on it. I might brighten it up just a touch. And great composition there too.
I might actually bring up the vibrance on this one a tiny bit.
I will say it can be difficult to plan a shot out for sports photography because I think the idea is he can throw the shot put anywhere in this range, so you don't know if the ball is going to go in this direction or this direction. But knowing in hindsight that the ball is up here, it'd be nice if you moved a little bit over to the right and then put the thrower, is that what they're called? In the left third and the ball somewhere in the right third.
I think they're called
just to fill the frame a little bit more.
Shot putist.
Shot putist?
Yep, that sounds right.
Because as it is, it's kind of violating the rule of space. Because while he's looking over here, the action is kind of happening in that direction.
That would be a great picture to, like, Photoshop him out and put him other places, like on a dance floor. Right? He looks hilarious when taken out of context.
Yeah, I could put a couple of bolts in his neck and do like a Frankenstein thing. Brains.
Frankenstein didn't eat brains?
I switched from
to
zombies.
This is a little bit blown out. Let's bring down those highlights.
Yeah, what happened?
They went snow crazy.
You do have to...
Oh, we can't recover the data.
No.
It's not happening.
We don't have with the raw file, you could probably fix this completely. I'd just drag these highlights down, and instead of becoming gray, you'd start to recover all this detail in there.
Yeah, when it's bright white like that, you lose the detail.
It's funny, though, because generally with snow, the opposite happens. It ends up underexposed, which is actually easier to recover than an overexposed photo. But exposure aside, there's a lot of distractions in this picture, like the bird feeder over here and like the swing over here. And I think what they're taking a picture of is this tree and the snow on it, and that is really interesting. And just go ahead and get really tight, fill the frame either with the tree or even just pick an individual branch that you find compelling. Any thoughts?
No, I thought you had great advice.
Thanks. Wow.
What a cute kid.
Yeah, she has a great expression. Really cute. And kids never need any skin processing or anything. God bless them.
I know. I'm so
No
jealous.
photoshopping necessary at all. I don't know about the white corners. It's a matter of style. Might not be my style. And her outfit is a little distracting. This is exactly... our daughter would love this shirt.
Yeah, that's like personal. You have something against this type of clothing.
Well, no, just in portraits in general, I feel like it distracts from the face because, our skin tones are so even and smooth, and then this is just so bright.
Yeah. That's her, though. That's her favorite shirt.
You're right. It definitely captures her personality.
This is cool.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Can we bring up the shadows just a smidgen? Sharpen this bad boy up. Down a little. Not too much. There.
Where do you want it?
I like when I was driving. Remember that? Okay, now bring the clarity up.
Yeah, I do like the added clarity. I'm not convinced about the shadows. You haven't sold me on that, but But the clarity was a great idea. Yeah, the clarity helps to add to the grittiness of it too. I love that.
I was going for.
I love that. You know what? I might even want to crop this down a little bit because just when I zoomed in there, I saw what I thought was just a really, really compelling shot.
I like the backed up one because you see the shape of the little sparks and you see them hitting the floor. You're losing me. You're losing me, Tone. That's interesting.
Well, it's a different
I like
picture.
the original. If you did better here, better here. I think I'd say the first one.
Better here, better here.
I like the first one.
You be the judge.
I will.
I will say I'm going to move that over just a little bit.
Here's why. I like that you see his feet. It tells the whole story. You see his shoes, his gloves, his mask. You see his whole outfit, and then you see the shape of the sparks in the pulled back one.
Yeah, I do like this sparky thing here, but to me, there's a lot of distractions here from the story, including his shoes. But, it's art. Be deliberate. Do what you like. Oh. Yeah, people are onto us with the dogs.
I know,
He's super cute.
Dogs.
I love that his face is all smushed up.
I'd bring up the shadows. I'm doing that a lot lately, but just like the eyes have to pop out.
Chelsea the shadow hater.
And I'd bring down the highlights. It's a smidgen. Bring out his hair a little more.
Yeah, you're right. You're losing a lot of texture in there.
Black and white.
Really? Oh, I love the gold tones in his fur.
I hate gold tones. I'm just kidding.
He's a cutie.
He's so cute. I bet his name is Eddie. All right. I don't know. I think it might have been better in color, but I was.
Well, very pretty moment. Gorgeous sky.
Beautiful light.
Yeah, beautiful light.
There's no focal point for me because there are too many birds and not one of them is stealing the show or more in focus than another. So that's my only complaint.
Yeah. I'm also going to level it just to that cloud. Because with wildlife photos, everything always gets off level.
Okay. This is beautiful. I feel like I should be taking Claritin or something.
Yeah,
it's so clean looking, right? Just the bright white of the sunburst and the clouds are so perfectly white.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. Really nice effect. Absolutely no distractions in it. Nicely done.
Well, that's crazy. Let's just crop it down a little bit because there's a grate up in the corner.
Oh, I just wanted to see if I could find the photographer in there.
Mystery photographer.
Hidden. Oh, you want that grate out of there. Yeah, you're right.
It isn't great.
Boo. The joke wasn't great.
What? I disagree. Okay.
There you go. That's all it needs, right?
Yeah, it's
just
cool.
Eliminate that distraction. Otherwise, very cool shot. And she makes a great focal point because she's engaging you directly.
This guy's so
really
cute. Look at this broken off horn with grass in it. What's the story there?
Yeah, he's a mess.
That's a great picture. I have no criticism. They brought out the eyes.
Yeah, and I wonder.
I love the texture of the
See, in a
horns.
Studio, you think?
Yeah, that's
the perfect white background.
He's in the goat studio. Can we just put it in black and white?
Yeah, I think that can work.
Because I love all the textures and the horn and his fur, and then I would bring up the oranges.
Just the oranges. Do.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it both ways. It's cool, and I love the high key effect on it. Ah, spot focus, very nice. Spot focus and spot color. Very cool shot. Brings your, there's absolutely no distractions. Her eyes bring you right to the flower. I think it's a nice little story, a little postcard.
Yeah, it's nice.